Okay, here we are again. So in this part we're going to just do a little bit of work to getting the hull sort of finished. We're not really good. There's a few hatches here, but we're going to use a bit of artistic license yet again. There's like a sort of bulkhead or something at the front there, and another one near the back. I don't want to add too much extra poly data, to be honest, so I'm just gonna we're gonna select that set of edges there. Let me just see if I can. Firstly, what I'll do, I'm just going to zero them out just so they're all in one level. That'll just make it a bit easier. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to this bulkhead, I'm just going to put in there. Let's just delete that. Backwards poly there. Now for the back, I'm not sure because this is all in this edge. That I can move this edge forward. Let's have a look on that. So it comes in front of this. That's quite a bit further forward. It's in front of this even. So that means we're either going to actually add a new edge through here just to get this lump in, or we could just not worry too much about overlapping that poly, which I think we'll do. Is it there? Let's just have another look. Okay, let's turn that grid off. Jeepers. Yep. My apologies, let's turn this grid off. But I still want the snapping on because I want to constrain the angle, but I'll select the poly first, just so I'm just working. I know I'm going to have some overlapping polys and on the uprights, but here, because when I bevel this up, obviously there's still that poly behind it, which there is over here. So I'm not really too. There'll be a tiny bit of overdraw there, but nothing to write home about. Now, this piece here, what I'm going to do, just so I can get all I'm going to put in is basically a couple of hatches. I'm going to put this block bit, but that's going to be a raised piece, I think. So that will come out of there. So that's almost, this edge is almost in the right place for that. I'm just going to edges, where's slide? I'm just going to slide this, make sure duplicate is turned off. I'm just going to pull it so it's pretty much in line with that. How many polys? See, we're only up to 1,800. See, this is like a main character type thing, so we could almost go up to sort of 7,000. So I'm not actually. So what I'll do, I'm going to click duplicate, and then when you slide it, that'll leave the original one there and just make you a new sort of copy. So I'm going to pull this one forward. This is going to be this hatch here. Now, we're gonna go with that there. So that hasn't really added much in the way of poly data. Now we don't really want T's too much in our polygons, so select these. Okay, let's come along here. I'm going to hit Alt C. Now let's just see what's. Stick 2 in. Let's move. Let's move them uniformly. Actually, symmetrical. Okay. Now I'm bringing these in and out here to roughly where this edge is there. So I'm going to bring them out a bit more. Okay, let's just see. Now it's made up about an extra 100 or about 90 polys, so it's not too bad. Now what we could do, we could always get rid of these edges, sort of this run of edges round there. In fact, we'll do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select just to cut these, because these edges around the front here, we don't really need these. So I'm going to hit the up arrow key just to. I'm just basically boshing around there, and we'll go as far as that. And I'm just going to hit the backspace just to get rid of it. Now you're going to have a T section here, which means you got. Actually, no, it's got a point in there. That's perfect. So, if not, I was just going to snap this to this corner point, but that's okay because we'll add an edge in there, make a triangle out of that, and that'll be fine. So, how far did I go with that one? Right up to the top there. So I'm going to hit the backspace, and that will get rid of them. Now that's took 80 of those polys off. And now we're going to just hit the C key. I'm just going to join that one, just so I haven't got like a sort of loose end there. I have got a triangle. So we're going to triangulate the whole model after we've UV'd it anyway. So, and that'll sort all these normal problems out and smoothing issues in. Okay, so let's go on there. Got rid of that loop. Right, let's just make sure there's no polys which are sitting in the same place which aren't merged. Okay. So this hatch thing. Now what I'm thinking about doing with this is something a bit different. I'm not really sure at all what I'm going to do. Let's just have a little play around. Let's bring that. Actually, no. Let's first let's make a lip of something anyway. Let's. No, I'm just holding the shift key here and just re-clicking in the viewport. Okay. See, that's made a little hatch now with a little wooden lip on. Let's get rid of that, we don't need that edge. Okay, so that's our little hatch. Now, actually this would be quite a nice idea. If I get a... Now none of this is on the reference images here, so we're just doodling now. I'm going to add a little cube. Where did that go? Now I don't want to clash too much with this rudder, so let's just say, let's just go as far as there. In polys, let's just move one there. Move one there. Okay. And then we'll do I think you can see what I'm getting at now. We're going to put that on this. Is just going to be like a little sheltered area for goods he may be carrying, I suppose. Now, one last thing for this. I'm just going to hit the B key, and because I want this, I'm going to have this as different material site, so I'm just going to pull that up like that. Now, I've got to see how this is going to work now. So okay, we'll go over to let's go to a back view and see what we can see. Okay, back view. I'm going to get a cylinder, and now there's the I'm not really sure what I'm doing now. I'm just having a little test. Let's get this out of the way. Just delete them caps. Now, wireframe verts. Just delete those. So I'm left with that sort of shape. Actually, I'm not even gonna. Do I need to give it any thickness? I do a bit around the edge here, I think. Now I'm just trying to so when that's on, there's a slight lip. Okay. Now, what to do about the bottom? Are we ever going to see this? We better bridge it just in case the boat's ever on its side or laying on a beach or something. Okay, so there's a sort of a wooden frame with a... I guess this will have to be wood and then canvas in the middle to give it some strength. So, yeah, again, we're going to have to... I'll see... Put some bits on the edge here just so I can pick a different material here. Okay. Let's see if we can add something in here just to make one last thing for the boat. Let's just look on the reference images and see if there's a... See, there is something here as well, but that's so close to that. Maybe just a block would be enough a nondescript, you know, we don't know what it is, but like it doesn't really matter what it is type object. We'll stick it in the middle there. We'll sit him on there. Just make him a bit. We'll just give him just a bit of detail. Just delete the underneath. That could almost do for up here, I think. If we just scale him just a bit, just make him look a bit different. That might do for there. Right, I think we need to do something with. First thing I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to grab that. And I'm just going to move that up a bit. Don't ask me why, but I think water would be a bit keen to come in there if not. Maybe these edges. And we can add some detail and different materials in there. Okay, now I think I'm almost done with that basic boat. We've still got the sails to put in, but we'll do that in the next part. So what I'll do now off camera, because if not this part's going to be massive, is, and I'll tell you what all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some extra details on, and that's mainly going to be bolts. I'm going to get some of these nuts here, and I'm just going to stick them maybe around the top of that sort of hull there. In fact, I might make this bit a bit raised, just select all these and just sort of bevel it out a bit. So I'm just going to go around now and add a few of these little niceties around, and then when we come back, then we'll do the sails, and that should hopefully be the junk complete. So I'll see you back in a moment.